Oh, bravo! No, it's HBO. It's HBO. What was I thinking? It's not Bravo, it's HBO. Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of the brand new HBO miniseries, Chernobyl. Everyone is talking about it. Why? Because it's amazing. Now, I know I'm a couple days late to this, but again, everyone was raving. I checked it out, and now I want to talk about it. And I don't want to bury the lead. This is straight up one of the best things I've seen so far this year. It's terrifying, it's inspiring, it's incredibly well acted. It's an historical drama, it's a courtroom drama. In a weird way, it's got a buddy cop dynamic. It has elements of like a plague movie like Outbreak or Contagion, and at times it's a bit of a horror. And it's crazy to me that the writer and creator Craig Mazin is a comedy guy. Like, he wrote the Hangover movies, among other things, and while there are a few funny moments in this series, it's really heavy. And no, I won't be spoiling anything, don't worry. Now, the acting is phenomenal across the board. Jared Harris and Stellan Skarsgard are both fantastic. I really liked Emily Watson in here as well, although we find out at the end that her character is actually an amalgam of a bunch of different scientists, which I get because this show has a huge cast of characters already. And this show is really intense. The way we see the explosion at the power plant, the way it's presented, it was just so clever that I was sitting there going, okay, I think I'm in for something really special here. And there's a scene at the end of the second episode, which is basically like out of a horror film. It's one of the scariest things I've seen this year. And I don't think I'll ever be able to hear a Geiger counter again without hyperventilating. You know, that like... And I just freaked myself out just now. There's a scene on the roof in, I think, the third episode, which is 90 seconds of real time. And it's so intense, it's so visceral that I couldn't even breathe. And the makeup in this show is insane. I don't know how realistic it was. And to be honest with you, after watching this series, the last thing I want to do is Google image radiation sickness, but it was really good and really scary. And the music is fascinating. There are moments where it does sound like a conventional score, but a lot of the time it sounds like a giant machine kind of chugging away, which makes a lot of sense. Now, I want to give you guys a couple of warnings if you haven't seen this yet. I won't go into any specifics, but there are a couple things I think you should know before going in. First off, there is one episode that deals with violence against animals. It's not overly gruesome, but it is very, very hard to watch. And when you're watching, you understand why this thing has to happen, but that doesn't make it any easier. There's also something involving a baby. We don't see the baby, but we hear an account of what happened, and it's absolutely harrowing. My only issue was this series continued the grand tradition of having characters, in this case, people in the USSR, speaking with English accents, except for one guy who had like an extremely thick Scottish accent. I found it distracting at first, then my ear got used to it. And if you like the series, there is a companion podcast that I've just started listening to. It's really interesting, but in the first episode, Craig Mazin, the writer-creator, discusses why they chose to not try and have everyone use Russian accents, and it did make sense. If you think you can handle it, I highly recommend Chernobyl. It's a series about state secrets and lies and corruption, but also heroism and human sacrifice. It's brilliantly written, it's brilliantly acted. You know what, I'm not gonna, just if you think you can, just watch it. It's incredible. So those are my thoughts on Chernobyl. Now I want to know from you guys, have you watched Chernobyl? What did you think about it? What's your favorite HBO series of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.